Hi everyone, welcome back to TaraChessAcademy. Today we're going to be looking at a young Timman Study. So here you can see that white's up 2, but black has these passed pawns, and it's not easy to stop these pawns. So we need to figure out a way to win. So you can pause the video and figure out how to play in this position. So we have a few options here. So first, if we go rook e3, this doesn't work to king g4. Now we have to stop the promotion, so we can't take the bishop. Rook d3, and now f6, bishop takes f6, and bishop e7. The point being that if the bishop takes, the a pawn will queen, as this bishop was controlling this diagonal. And if just bishop a1, bishop g5 would continue defending the d2 pawn, and white would not be able to win, as king f2, bishop f4, h3. This position is objectively equal, but white is not preferable here. So other moves like rook a1 also just don't work, because black has many moves, just king f3, h3, and we could continue. One line could be this, although there's many lines here already, and black is perfectly fine, and this position is also equal. So the right move is rook d1. Now if bishop c1, which is the strongest continuation, as it blocks this rook's coordination. So this is met with king e2, and if king g2, then there's bishop d4, which will just lead to rook g1, and this will just be completely winning. And this line just doesn't do anything. We can just go here, take, and so king g2 doesn't work. So better is h3. Now if we go c4, then there's king g2 and a c5 trying to create a passed b pawn. There's bishop a3, and if cb, there's just bishop d6 possible, but this position is objectively equal after h2, and we can just promote. And these pawns are doubled, so they can easily be blocked with like a bishop going to d6, and white has no advantage here. And also if after c5, bishop a3, c6, well, this doesn't do anything because bishop d6, and once again black's fine. So better here is rook g1. Now if the king were to move to f4, then white would just be winning, because there's no real threat of pushing the h-pawn now. So instead king h2 has to be played. Other moves would not work as well. So king f2, if rook f1, there would be king g2, and this position will just be a draw after h2, and white can make a perpetual check, rook f2, rook f3. So after rook g1 check, king h2, king f2 is the best, Now we're threatening bishop e5, which would just be checkmate. So what black has to do is they have to play f6, and after bishop takes f6, bishop to b2, controlling this e5 square. So now if the bishop were to take, then we would promote, but to a knight, because after rook takes d1, a1 queen, this would just be a draw. As there's many stalemating ideas. So your bishop takes b2 doesn't work, so c3 is forced. And if bishop b2 originally to start off with, then this bishop will just be taken, and then the bishop will come back, and this is just completely winning. So you have to go f6, and now bishop b2, so c3 is the best move. Now bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3. Black has a few moves here, so we'll start with a1 queen. This line continues with rook takes a1. If the promotion to a knight, because if rook d1, that would be stalemate. Then there's king f1, and after knight takes c3, this looks like it should be a draw, but there's a very nice move here. You can pause the video and find the winning move here for white. So here, the winning move is rook to a5, and now if it just takes, there's b6, and if king g3, b7, and this will come with a check, and white wins. So, and also there is no other place for the king to go to push the pawn. So after rook a5, knight d5 is met with rook a3, knight c7, rook b3, knight d5, king f2, and white is just completely winning this position. And rook b2 will follow, and this is a theoretical win. So if knight e4, also rook a3 would be played similarly, and white would be winning. After something like knight f6, we can play rook d3, and this position is just winning for white in a similar way. So promoting to a queen doesn't work, and also here bishop takes a1 doesn't work because of knight promotion to a knight. And now if king f1, knight e3, and knight d1 is just a perpetual check. If rook takes d1, it'll be stalemate. So that's why rook a1 had to be played, and why queen doesn't work. So the next move is if we promote to a bishop, then what we do here is we take, and if they try their promotion to a knight idea, we can go king f3 now, and after knight takes c3, rook a6, knight b5, rook b6, knight d4, king f2, knight f5, rook b2, knight d4, rook d2 will be a draw, but instead there's just king f1, and after knight takes c3, we find ourselves in the same position with rook a5. So that's an important detail with king f1 and rook a5. So now the only move left here for black is promoting to a knight, and now we take, and once again trying for the stalemate idea, we play rook to h1, And the point is that if the queen takes, there's bishop e5, mate. And if the king takes, there's bishop takes a1, and after h2, trying to promote and also to stalemate, we go king g3, and after king g1, black's one move away from promotion, but we have bishop d4 check. If king f1, king h2 just wins. King h1, and now just simply winning is bishop c5. Black has no moves but taking, and here we could go king f2, and after c4, b6, c3, b7, c2, queen, queen, queen a8. White wins, as there's no way to do anything here. And also, if b6, here b6 would lose to king g1, and after just king f3, this would just be a promotion. And if b7, then queens is met with queen h2, just picking up the queen on b8. And here, so king g1 is best move. Otherwise, c4 will lose to the same kind of thing with b7. Also, king f2 would be more accurate. So after bishop c5, b takes c5. b6 doesn't work because of king g1. And then there's nothing for white to do. So instead, just king f2. Once again, cornering this king. And now the following moves are forced. And we can just check on the long diagonal and win. So I hope you liked this study. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.